Yeah, they played it 3 times yesterday, I think.
Yeah, they came into the tournament 5-2, and I think they won most. They definitely won most of the games. I'm not entirely sure what their perfect record is, but it's enough to make you wonder if Boastees are taking them here. What do they have in store for them? And I think another good point that maybe Boastees are ready for this matchup is trying to put them on the back foot. Whoever gets offense first is going to need to make the most of it, as we've seen some killer comebacks after the half swap with who goes to offense and what they're able to make of it. But Boastees going to start out on defense and hopefully look to quell the fire that Bonk wants to bring.
Yeah, these games, yesterday's qualifier and today, it's definitely not over until the fat lady sings. There have been some beatdowns, but also some pretty incredible comebacks, especially in the finals yesterday, where Zaipan Go Kill were down 2-10 and managed to take that one 13-11 in the end. So anything can happen. Don't count anyone out at this skill level. Sometimes you will lose 5 rounds in a row and then turn around and win 5 rounds in a row, as mid is going to be sort of iced out here. The attackers are doing sort of a B pinch. Sage kind of caught in between the 5 attackers, but Raze is right there as well. And then the pistol round, it's all about those headshots. Mo40 starting us off.
Yeah, a great shot onto him. Gonna knock down Aaron there while Yassine trying to creep forward. Bonk bringing out the Viper once again. It's a familiar pick, and it's gonna find value there, finding 2 kills. Forcing the rest of them up into heaven. He's coming out blind. Safe gonna get his triple kill there and should at least be able to get bombed down now while Boastees is waiting for the rotations. 3v2 so far. Mystic thinking about swinging out on this one, but it's a hard angle with both in heaven at the moment.
They are constantly checking mailroom and mid. They obviously are at a huge disadvantage here, so very good of them to do that. However, we know that they are split up a little bit differently. Breach hiding inside garage so that he can use that utility just like that. Ziz on the attacking side finds himself a kill, and suddenly it's only Mystic cleaning up the enemy Omen, taking a few shots, but only 30 health remaining. Cannot really defuse with a Breach and a Viper surrounding him, but is going to try a cheeky play. Gets behind the Viper, gets the headshot, but he does not have time for the defuse, so at least he gets the consolation prize.
I love everything about it, Mystic, and let no one tell you otherwise. Tap into teleport into the pocket. You can use abilities to your favor, that's one thing. If you can use enemy abilities to your favor, that's some nice innovation coming out. Unfortunately, not enough time left on the clock. And I think Boastees in that round got kind of locked up with where the breach was, as Heaven gets flashed, so you might be assuming that the breach was somewhere in mid, but he was actually just playing far back into B main and had decent room that Boastees, you can't just leave out of Heaven when you expect someone to be behind you. They had to check all their corners, and the extra time paid for Bonk's round win there, and will pay for their next round as they've got enough bought up here to try and take a round 2 over Boastees.
Bonker launching the blast there. Doma is going to back off in time and kind of spy down at the garage. It is a more offensive split this time. Cypher dealing with the A site against a lone Omen, but Yassine and Safe, 2 of the hardest fraggers on the team, working together here out of the garage, trying to deal with Jet and Cypher. The Venom, the Viper wall screen there is actually placed already, so they could use it to try to exit. Jet dashing across reveals himself, but no damage done. Yassine starts us off with the headshot.
Yeah, just looking for this opening frag before they pop the wall and try to make the site execute. They're lurking on here. Dinks is in a great spot with his shorty, but he has to look 2 different ways. Yassine's got to find him looking the wrong way. It was a 50-50 that he lost out on, while Doma's going to at least find a kill onto Ziz, grab an SMG for himself. Still 3v4, not undoable for the team Boastees here, but with Bomb going down here, they're going to start that clock, and Aaron is looking to make a huge flank here. They don't know where he is. He's swinging up here. Nobody's going to be looking at him. Going to swing out wide, find one. He did see the Raze jumping away, so forces Doma back there, and while the other member of Boastees fall, it's just a 1 versus 4, all that is left. Doma trying to peek back out here. You might as well go for some kills. You're going to be full buying again next round anyway. So
he
you'll
can't
see
find
if he
anybody.
can find anything. Yeah, the rest of Bonk is already gone off the site. He's gonna swing out here, gonna get hit by a blast pack, and Yassine gotta find a 4K for the round. Already up to his ultimate is a great place to be. He's gonna get clotheslined by the ultimate. He'll be the 5th kill to his 4K for that round.
Absolutely, but at least the last remaining defensive player there tied them up long enough to get 2 of them dead. So hey, you know, that is a consolation prize as well. Even though he didn't kill anybody himself, the bomb took care of it for him. And still, Bonk 2-0. We know that they are very, very good on offense across all of these maps. And if anything, I would expect them to hit the half at either 6-6 or 7-5, just because we have seen them just doing a phenomenal job. But now Boastees has guns in hand. They've tied things up a little bit on the firepower. So after you lose a pistol round, it's more or less expected that you're going to be an underdog in the second round. Now we're back on even footing, and we're going to see official Boaster here on the Jet Op. But the Yassine rocket gets us started instead. They're already on site B. Spike coming through garage now to follow it up.
Right, and Mo picking up that kill will mean it's a 1-for-1 still. It was an interesting buy on the side of Bonk. They didn't quite all in their money. They saved a decent amount in the tank, so they might be looking to try and find an eco win and then build up their economy in the background. So Bonk's going to go down. That'll add a little extra money to their pockets, but we'll see what Bonk are able to make of this one. Stoma's trying to find his way forward, has enough utility to get him out onto site, but Aaron once again, this time spotted out Boastees. You can't fool them twice. But now knowing that he's here, he doesn't even need to necessarily challenge. The threat is on, and that's going to force Boastees onto site here. Offshot's going to miss out on there. He's trying to bait them forward. Blastback's going to go in. Doma just tapping. He's going to knock him down. One remaining member of Bonk's going to grab an AR. Not going to be able to knock anyone down, though. That's going to be Boastees with a great site recovery.
Yep, very nice. They grabbed themselves some guns as well. I saw a couple of them upgrading there. So Mystic getting on the board with a nice round for himself as the Oni Phantom here to reward himself. Official Boaster still does have the cash for an op, or held it, so able to keep that mid-control potentially. And the attackers on the other side, Yassine and company, did have some cash to spare. They've got the full ARs with the exception of Ziz on the Spectre, but I think he's still quite good with it. And as we see the attackers split here, it is again Cypher, solo A. He's going to be able to call out any defenders that are there, while the bomb itself is starting to move up mid. Garage, I think Safe and Yassine have been working together pretty well here at taking over B site 3 rounds in a row now, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're going to continue playing kind of slow here. We've seen Team Bonk do tend to get the plant under 40 seconds remaining in these rounds more often than not, rather than being, clown car onto a site and holding it from there. So they're looking for picks. They're not rushing anything. And Viper's actually going to use the ultimate here to take over the B site.
Right, and it's a great play to make because the bomb isn't even here yet. This is just enough of a threat to hopefully put pressure on to Boastees while it's moving its way up into the mid lane. If Safe can use this ultimate to try and find any picks. 45 seconds on the clock, though. They're going to need to make some plays happen here soon. As official Boaster gets flashed out, forces him into the corner, while Safe is going to be able to find one kill. Will he be able to find it around the smoke? Getting just pelted by so much damage! That's all the utility you need, as that's going to be the Aftershock coming through, getting that kill there. As Aaron is just finding the rotations, does a lot of damage, but no kills just yet. Locking them up onto this site as he's going to eat another blastback. Wins the challenge in the end, leaving Mystic at low HP. This should just be everything that you want for Bonk. They'll be able to get the bomb down unless Dinks has something to say about this one. Gets a kill through the toxic screen. Goes down to Z's. In the end, they should be able to complete this plant, and it's going to be a 3v1 to try and overcome if Boastees want to peel back this round.
Yeah, Mystic on his lonesome, unable to really stop that in most universes. So I would expect him to just hang out on his own, but that ordnance hallway was just explosion after explosion. The blast pack to the face didn't even kill him, but the breach blast did manage to get that frag. And B-site, again, is the option because they are just taking it over each time. That's 4 rounds in a row now. that they are just stomping on that site. Boastees, the Sage specifically, is getting eliminated so quickly, usually, that the reses and heals are not really making much of a difference, and again, Omen is just going to chill out here. We're going to watch this spike explode, and Bonk will move into a 3-1 advantage. Boastees keep losing a lot of their players. These guns keep getting recycled, but they are not getting cash back. So this is going to be another tough round for the defense if they're on half armors or lower quality guns, while Team Bonk continue rolling 3 out of 4 rounds now. Full buy, lots of money in the pockets for the next round, even if they should lose it. So I really wonder, what can Boastees do to try and help out at B? We can already see them lining up at the garage again.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. Boastees, unfortunately, no good credit means they're not going to be able to pool all the money that they need. Going to be buying light armor, but we'll see if they can make the most of it with an aggressive play from Mo. Bonker going to put him down as official Boaster swinging out. Doma gonna find a second kill for them there, so advantage to Boastees. As you've seen, is looking at another B execute, just kind of looking around for information. Knocking down Cypher cameras is always the first step. As Aaron, speaking of Cyphers, feeling his way onto the A site, is able to make it into heaven. This is a repeat play from last time, but it does look like Mystic is ready for him, trying to split his difference between holding the A site and looking at that heaven spot. Ramp going to be knocked down. That's going to be a hard situation for Team Bonk to try and recover from, as they do have the bomb, so they can, if they get a good site take, it's very doable. It's just a big ask to at least have both members going 2 for 1. So they're trying to make their way forward here.
And Defender's actually kind of low on health, at least Jet, so still doable. Yassine and Safe are 2 of the best fraggers on the team. And Omen, I mean, if they find one defender at a time, they could easily 2v1, 2v1, 2v1. And that's the start that they're looking for. They're going to sprint. I would just go full speed here. You got no time to plant. Official Boaster is going to be watching. He doesn't have an op, and he actually doesn't even see them cross. He's going to let the plant happen and try to retake it from there, but he is super low on health and now dead.
Yeah, it was a risky challenge to want to make because, sure, you can lock up for time, but you go down. It ends up going down in the end anyway. Yassine going to be helping out on that frag. Bonk might be finding this one in their favor, as the ultimate's going to do a decent amount of damage to Yassine, but no kill. Paint Shell looking to just tag on as much damage as you can. That's going to be Yassine and Safe playing decent angles to try and help each other out, and it's going to be one bullet. That is all needed. Safe gonna find it there. A beautiful round from Team Bonk. What should have been a round for Boastees, not only do they end up losing that, but that's really gonna stress the bank accounts.
Very well played again by Team Bonk. They only had 2 players remaining and actually ended the round with both still alive. Excellent stuff there. And again, it was just one defender at a time. Omen got caught looking, while Jet only had the 1 HP. Safe at the very end with the headshot, the very consistent headshotter there as Viper. And now we're looking at the attack sort of a lineup across mid. B obviously is going to be favored by the defense after the amount of times they've been rocked there, but now mid is actually softer than usual. Cypher, again, going to be the solo on A to try to tangle with that Omen, but Jet is now moving over there as well. Doma from the mail room trying to just keep them warded away, but now the ordnance is starting to go. We had a blind and Viper screen at the same time to potentially get some ground made up, and Safe with the headshot, opening up B site again.
Yeah, and this has just kind of been the story of Safe, the Viper on B, as now it's going to be Yassine's time to shine, as he's going to find a kill into heaven. Site control mostly going their way, unless Dinks has anything to say about it. We've seen him in some of these hidey hole positions before, but it didn't work for him last time, as the neural theft comes in, they're going to know exactly where he is. Cypher calling that one out for his team, and Z's is going to dink him down. And so now official Boaster flying in, the jumping right click. Those knives might as well be shotguns, as he's looking to try and make his way in. Still a bit of an ask, 4v2, but we've seen the opposition do this. Will Boastees be able to pull the same stunts?
Did you catch that little rifle toss, actually? Since Boasty, never mind, he gets popped from behind, but he did toss away his gun since he had the knives out to help out Mystic, now holding it. So Mystic alone, though, 4v1 situation. He is actually working his way closer, but he's going to get spotted out by Aaron. Headshot to knock him down. 5-1 for Team Bonk. We know that they are offensive monsters, so they are trying to get as many of these offensive rounds as they can before the half, where defense sometimes it can be a little bit more tough. And Boasties on the other end, though, struggling to keep it together, even if they get a man advantage early, have been unable to really shut down Bonk in those situations. And just looking at Econ now, again, defenders pretty close to even on guns this time around. Again, when you've got the op, the half armor, really sometimes doesn't make a difference at all. If you miss your shot, you're going to die. If you make your shot, you know, you can keep on going. But here we go. Mid is going to be the battleground to start us off.
That it is, and Doma's gonna start that one off with the first frag. Gonna get traded back by Z's, though, as Yassine going in once again. We've seen this movie a couple times before, but other than a little bit of damage, nothing that sticks just yet. Don't think he knows that Cypher's there, and the camera doesn't actually spot him in, but Boaster gonna be knocking that one down. Waiting on the res opportunity. Boasties can bring this into a further man advantage, but Aaron is alone on the A site. He's made his way pretty much all the way here. Right now, Bonk doesn't even need to challenge Heaven. It doesn't matter that Mystic is waiting in the wings here. They can roll right on the site, but it will matter to Aaron as he's going to lose out on that challenge, and the rest of his team is rotating over. If Bonk want to get the plant down, they need to move onto this site. But they're kind of just playing with Boastie's minds here. So many times there's been a member lurking or just late bomb plants, so can't commit anything just yet, but they're going to go all in onto Mystic, and he is just going to be a fortress. Finding 3 kills in the round, saying, I dare you to come this far out of A. I'll show you what I'm capable of.
That was a big round for Boasties. Mystic getting the triple kill here to answer back. They were only at a slight disadvantage on guns, but now you can see the attackers still, with money in the bank, able to just buy right back because of their 3 successful rounds in a row. So at this pace, Bonk still kind of leading the charge here. All rifles all the time, no op necessary. They do have so many visibility blockers that they're not trying to make those long-range shots themselves. They're actually just trying to create entryways using their utility so they can get into AR range, AR fights. And Viper sticking to the B site, but this time Boaster gets the kill with the op, darts away, and it's a tough start now for Team Bonk. They are going to file away from B site after losing that attack.
Yeah, and that's going to be a great opening frag. Not unfamiliar to playing from this disadvantage is Bonk, but we'll see what impact it really brings. While Boasty still has a decent amount of ults on their time, Neural Theft and the Sage Ultimate still on deck. As Bonk are trying to make their way up into Heaven. 2 members pushing up onto that side. Doma going to give some ground here to allow them there. That's going to be the Breach Ultimate, the Aftershock thrown down here, but Doma's going to be the one who finds the first frag. Looking for another one is Mystic, trying to find his way in, but Doma to defend against a lot here. Yassine's going to be the one to find that kill. Double rifle combo going to be coming in there, as now they're going to sneak back into the mid lane. Yep. Boasty is in a bit of an awkward position.
He could also get multiple kills here, though, if he spots them out. There's one easy kill. I could have hit that op shot, as he does hit it through the wall. But they know Boaster's there. They're going to sprint past him and try to get this plant down, as they only have a few seconds to do so. Dinks is waiting. He's going to miss all the shots into the smoke, though. So well planted there by the offense, but that is an easy cleanup there. You can see both frags simultaneous, basically, and Boasties will hang on here 2 rounds in a row. So finally fighting back here, not letting Bonk run away with this offensive half.
Yeah, that was just honestly official Boaster. It was a bit interesting to be that far up, but given the situation, I understand that play. You know they're all in Heaven. You know they can't quite cross back out of A to sewers without being seen. So knowing that Boaster puts himself in an excellent spot, and if Bonk is going to be lurking and waiting in the round in the mid and making you second guess where is safe and what corners you need to check, Boastees tasted their own medicine. His official Boaster was there in time with the op. It's going to be 3-5, so Bonk still have potential to keep going as they do have a full buy coming out. On the side of Boastees, though, they're going to need to try to break their bank. They have rifles in spades.
And as the boombot actually changes direction there, that's kind of confusing. You can hear it attaching to different players there. Kind of strange, but oh, look at that little juke from Safe trying to get Boaster to take a shot. He knows exactly where he's at now, but still risky business. 5 players still standing. Breach Ordnance, though, could help them out. Jet dashing away quickly, of course, to save his own life. A site actually has the Raze helping out this time, and it's just a lone Cypher holding the site itself, so perhaps A is the choice. You see Omen looping back with the spike toward that direction.
Right, the amount of ground that Bonk can get just onto this ramp, it's enough to make them think that they want this, but rotating back into mid, there's gonna be a little bit of a fight here. Swinging on out, that's gonna be Safe going 1, but Mo 40 going 2. So he's gonna find the first 2 kills. Now they're forced onto A. You might as well make the execute happen. You know that the rest of them are gonna be on A, but never mind. Actually, Boastees, I thought they were gonna be rotating all the way back through, but they're gonna second guess themselves. They haven't seen anything enough just yet. And right now, this is a similar play than what we saw before, but 20 seconds on the clock does not allow you a lot of time to get the bomb down. They're gonna have to be forcing this kill out. As long as they win the duel on the Cypher, they should have time to at least get the plant down.
They're sprinting straight at him.
Go ahead and dish. Yeah, dishing his revive out. Dinks is gonna find the kill. That'll stop the plant. You can kill him all you like. The damage is done, and the round is won. Boastees with a great play to save that round.
Very interesting round, the way that all played out. They ended up back on A site, and the defenders did not really realize where they were. Once they started to sprint at Dinks, he was able to snag a kill, and obviously with so little time left on the clock, it was a trivial matter of cleaning up, but you could see the cash game has changed hands here really now in the last 3 rounds, with Boastees picking up their pace. They are fully kitted out now, while Yassine and company, Yassine rocking an SMG and a half armor on one of the players as well. But they're going to do a full 5 stack as a result of that. They lost, several rounds in a row now, so they are going to do what I call the clown car full 5, try and get into A here.
Right, and throwing Ordnance down into that rope room is going to be a great way to start things off, but going 4 for 4, going 4 for 3. Mystic is coming up huge in this one. Finds 2 kills. He's going to teleport in there. Safe going to use the ultimate to try and buy space for his team to hopefully get this bomb. Will he push out onto A? There's 2 members here. It's going to be a little bit of an ask to try and get there. He's just kind of maneuvering through his ult and the toxic screen he has up, while Raze scouting out the B site. For now, Safe is relatively safe, as he can just kind of hide within the poison screens. And Raze rotating around, he might find out the Cypher here. Dinks checking his camera. Don't want to be looking at your phone when there's a Yassine on the loose. Gonna find him out there, bring it to a 2v3, a much more manageable situation. But Safe is running out of time to rotate to the B site, so it looks like it will be the A execute. So Yassine's gonna need to get over here in time to help his friends, unless they're just willing to let this time run out.
With the Viper ultimate up, it just changes the dynamic so much. It just changes everything, and it's obviously very powerful, but Viper, Safe, the player, has not planted the spike yet, and that's actually what needs to happen in the next couple of seconds. They don't really have time to fart around here. Mystic third kill, though. Yassine, no time to plant now, and that is going to be another successful defense.
Yeah, he's just going to be swinging out, nading his last known location, but unfortunately for him, there were 2 people on the site. Mo's going to be able to pick up that kill, and right now, Bonk, unfortunately, while we commonly will say that slow and steady can win the race, it's just not the Bonk way, it feels, and right now they've just been putting themselves in situations where they need to win so many back-to-back sequences before they're able to plant at only a couple seconds to spare. And while Bonk is a team that is capable of that, against Boastees, they kind of seem to just know how to play the clock effectively and really stress that they don't need to kill all of you. They just need to kill the one that's not going to be able to plant and let the round go down.
Now we've got another attempt. We're getting closer to the half here. Round 11, Team Bonk really focusing mid here. There's actually nobody in the ropes room on mid, but B Heaven is actually heavily guarded. So Viper and Jet have been dueling at Garage basically every single round, but Dinks is going to get that first kill. Now bodies starting to pile up. Doma and company, though, definitely have the upper hand now. Suddenly a 1v4 situation, and you can expect this to be a Boastees lead by the end of the round. Aaron trying to take people with him, though.
Yeah, want whatever you can get, but it's not even worth committing neural theft at this point. You have 27 HP versus 3 members. It's going to be a bit of an ask, but this is sort of a dire situation for Bonk because he's going to be dropped down there. There we go. Last kill coming through. For Bonk, though, I'm a little bit worried as their comebacks have always kind of been offensive focused, or at least on average, very offensive focused. Right. So maybe Boastees are going to be the ones trying to knock them out of it. And this was, I believe, Boastees' choice to take defense first. You want to be able to at least just tie it up, make it hard for Bonk to get the value out of the side they want. And maybe Boastees will bring some firepower into the second half. They're going to need it because while Bonk weaker on defense, not a weak team overall, and you cannot expect them to go down quietly.
What a duel taking place here already. The showstopper point blank, and official Boaster just hopping around with the op. Of course, that short range op is going to be tough to hit, but ridiculous sequence to get us started. And suddenly, look at this though, Raze is on his own. Yassine is actually about to be surrounded, has an op in hand, has no idea how close he is to these enemies, and meanwhile the rest of the team just doing nothing because they don't know where any of the defenders are. They do have the slight advantage, but not for long. Mystic has been incredible, actually, these last 4 or 5 rounds.
Yeah, that was unfortunately no teammates to be helping him out there. Yassine did play with his food a little bit to get the ultimate kill. Not a whole lot that Boaster knew he was going to be able to do, but trading that back will at least even up the situation. And with Bonk getting the open kill, they had 0 advantage based off of it. So for now, Team Bonk are going to need to look to make one more play happen at 30 seconds on the clock. We've seen this movie before. Safe and the rest of Team Bonk are going to need to make it happen. Toxic screen is set up. Paranoia, Shadows out. They're trying to just see if they can bait attention towards the A site. 15 seconds. Are they going to go for it at all? They need to move now.
They actually
10
get
seconds down.
On the way in, Doma just nails Ziz and Bonker. This is just falling apart here. No time again. They are just doing this to themselves, playing slower than usual, and they end up in these situations where they're just fish in a barrel because they have no other option than to try to run and plant. So got to pick up the pace a little bit. Obviously, that kill at A site could have had a much different outcome if the team was with Raze. A little bit unlucky that they did not make any motion after Raze got that pick, and of course fell right after that. But props to Mystic and company, of course, for holding it down. Actually, as we're now at the half, we're switching sides. We're going to have Boastees on the attack, Team Bonk on the defense, and we've seen Safe's Viper specifically being very, very impressive in split defense in the past. Yassine and Safe will sometimes switch around, whether they play mid, and sometimes Safe will head over to B Garage with the op, but it's actually a heavy stack for the pistol round on A. Breach is going to spot this out immediately. Viper comes on over, tosses the screen up to slow them or deter them a little bit, while the rest of the team tries to rotate over. Safe is already in a tough position.
Yeah, it was a huge value fault line to at least deter the advance, but Boastees, boasting their own confidence, are just all the way onto the site already, getting that plant down. And Team Bonk can look for a retake here. It's going to be put against the clock, and this one's a little bit set in stone, as you're not going to be able to look on the timer, but that has not stopped Bonk before. Dinks is in a great spot, but he's going to get swung on by multiple members. 1-for-1. Mystic tries to make the plays happen, but we'll just go even for now. A great swing from Boaster while they're baiting in the sort of hell spot there. It's going to get swung out on by Boastees. Z's doing what he can, but Doma's going to be able to knock him down in the end. 8-5. Boastees starting off at a good sign of things to come for this half, but Team Bonk have yet to really come alive, it feels like. Just so many times before they even expended all of their resources, they were just losing to the timer.
Yeah, and as we have swapped sides now, we actually know that the pistol round has a tendency to have a snowball effect. You can see that now. Obviously, full armor and SMGs against only pistols and a shorty. So, again, you would expect Boastees to continue this momentum, especially if they are stacking a site with those superior fire rates. As they move through the garage now, it's actually going to be Jet testing the water. They're waiting for the Sage Slow onto be Heaven, which is actually kind of a crazy throw, but obviously they've practiced this many times. Does not connect the correct spot, but there's headshots happening elsewhere. Doma and others getting kills as Aaron goes down. Now Boastees, huge advantage, 4v2 on the B site. Bonk are going to try what he can with the Classic, but again, you would expect Boastees to clean this up.
Right, and Dink's making a great roam. Might get caught with his back turned. No! A little bit too aware for that one. Seen that movie one too many times and ends up finding the kill there. Bonker, you can send it all you want. You do have a fault line if you'd like, but swinging on out there just gets gunned down, and that's going to be round over to Boastees. 9-5. They're putting the difference between them. 4 rounds in either direction would either mean a tie or a Boastees victory. But they're looking to carry this momentum forward. A lot of SMGs still on their side, but not a terrible option if you are going for a Storm style. We'd seen it on the pistol round on Hay. And if you're going to play the game fast and loose, you can make use of these SMGs at least until you have to full buy the next round.
That's right, and they've got aggressive characters. They can Sage Wall off one of the entrances to be safe and then just push through with Jet, Raze, and let's see, Omen actually with the smokes as well, but as they move forward, A is going to be the battleground. Heaven already being infiltrated by Jet and Raze, while Omen and Breach are nearby. Breach launches his ability. Actually did look like it connected with Jet, but he's going to be deterred by the boom bot, and we're still in an okay position for Team Bonk. They got the first frag. Now it's all about this retake. They got the spike planted with like a minute to spare. This is night and day between the two attacking teams.
Right, and Z's is the first one out here into Heaven. They have a couple places to worry about. There's so many members outside of this doorway. They're going to be storming in onto Bonker, but they're going to lose 2 for 2, which will still advantage to Team Bonk unless they're able to make the rest of this play happen. Z's kind of snuck out onto site here. Boasties are going all the way around the world. He's sticking the defuse. This is just going to be Team Bonk running away with this one as Dinks kind of gets caught out, peeling all the way into Heaven. Was just a complete rotation from Boastees. They try to all storm into the back hallway, run around into Heaven, and loop back to A, but Team Bonk gonna be getting that round to slow their advance, and now it's going to be Rifles v Rifles. Rifles
across the board. Yes, Boaster actually has the option for the op and has been using it, so maybe not on offense. Yeah, is going to stick with the rifle. So the defensive setup hasn't really changed at all. They are still kind of doing the 1-2-2 Cypher, usually pretty good at solo holding a site. Mid is going to be the option this time. They were doing a lot of A stacks, but this time they're going to test the water against Viper. And I think after they deal with this talk screen, they're just going to say screw mid because it stalls quite well, especially with Omen throwing smokes from long distance. Jet now tossing out that air burst, but can he find a kill? Paranoia hits at a perfect time, but Dinks finds the first kill.
That it will, and Yassine's gonna go down due to that paranoia. Aaron is in an okay spot, and 50 bullets in the clip to make it work, but that's a lot of members coming at you. Z's gonna take one of them off the table. So hopefully make it a little bit easier for him. If he goes for the wrong plant without checking, he'll have opportunity. Getting swung on, gotta find one, almost gonna get 2, but Mystic a little bit too quick on the draw, while Mo's gonna dish out the revive ultimate there just to make sure this round goes their way. Unless some hero plays are going to come out, gets peppered a little bit through the smoke, and that's going to make it a little bit more difficult, as Dinks only needs one body shot to make that one work. Mo, as well, picking up that last kill, 10-6. Boastees retain their lead.
Yeah, and you look at the round count now, there was a stretch of 8 rounds in a row now for Boastees. They lost the 1 defuse, but they're back in control now, suddenly only a few rounds away from punching their ticket to the finals. I think Team Bonk have met their match. Bonker specifically having a tough go of it. both on offense and defense here, but they've just been looking so good. Boastees on defense and offense here that Bonk need to get it together quickly, and Boaster with the Jet ultimate not going to allow them any time to gain their breath as he gets taken down there. Aaron is going to lose his life. Omen gets, chunked down with Doma and the follow-up. Now B Heaven, of course, being battled for, but Doma still manages to get that 1v2 situation.
Yeah, it feels like Doma, and honestly, every member of Boastees just seems to be fragging fairly consistently, as Team Bonk has not just had the pop-off performances that they've been looking for, and it's sort of what we were talking about, where when this team is on, they look very on, but when they're off, it just feels like Bonk struggles to get a lot going on here. All waiting in the wings. Bonk has only a shorty saying, please someone come up this ramp here. I would love to get to show you what this shotgun do, but right now he might get an opportunity to show Jet. Here to come up the ramp, and there it is. Gonna be able to grab an SMG for himself. Not the desired gun coming out, but that's also not desired. Just bring into 3 people. 11-6. Boastees are putting the pressure on.
Boastees looking phenomenal here. Again, the aggressive pushing is absolutely favoring them here against Bonk, as they find the first kill more often than not. Team Bonk actually had a chance on that one, but narrowed it down eventually to the Viper with the shorty. Not going to happen. Bonk now struggling on defense. They've lost 4 out of the last 5. They cannot seem to put a stop to the A site pushes specifically, but now we're going to see them test the water over at B with a 3 or 4-man push. Viper launching the ult preemptively against no one. Of course, doesn't know that, but will have mid control, technically.
Yeah, this is a play we see a lot from defense Vipers, and Bonk has been able to pull this out multiple times, but that's a lot of chaos raining in with 2 raises finding kills on either side. Mystic is in the face, but that's his teammate. No need to panic. Aaron's going to be the one finding that kill there. Now official Boaster and Mystic trying to push in for the rest of the site control. Z's going to gun one of them down as Dinks making his way through the toxic screen. Safe is in a great spot here, hiding himself within that ability. Aaron's gonna find one more kill. Did Bonk maybe find the round they were looking for? Dinks is looking to make something happen, but as the toxic screen falls, Safe is gonna pull the curtain back and drop down onto Boastees there. 7-11. If Bonk have a sign of life left in them, they're going to need to bust it out now.
Yep, they are staying alive, and they have the cash to get everyone their gun of choice. Maybe actually just shy for Aaron. We'll see what he ends up with, but still a full buy on the side of Boastees with the op in hand, this time for Boaster. Earlier when he had the option, he did still choose the rifle, so I'm very curious to see Jet versus Cypher potentially here at the garage. Not going to happen though. Cypher just backing off toward heaven, and mid is going to be the pressure point for the attackers.
Right, starting things off just there. No ultimate from the Viper there means it's a little bit easier to make ground on if Doma's in an okay spot. Not going to be able to see over just this wall of smokes until the poison cloud goes down there. Safe doing what he can to just hold a defensive position. You don't need to hard challenge this mid lane, as you know the amount of people that are on the other side of this.
As Doma and company still just waiting out all the equipment, not committing. This is actually the slowest push we've seen out of them in quite a while here. Not really committing super hard, but Cypher sneaking around A Heaven could be the catalyst that we're looking for. However, Mo40 pushing into B Heaven with the teammates could be it instead. Safe is actually behind them, trying to take them down. Does not secure any kills. Yassine staring up at Heaven, takes down Yassine. Oh, excuse me. Yassine gets taken up by Doma. Doma goes down as well. Now the bodies are piling up. 3v3 situation. Attackers with only 2 standing and no spike planted. Aaron, though, with a triple, keeps it close for Bonk. Hopefully they can secure this last kill on Cypher, and there they do so, keeping the game alive. 11-8 now. Couple of rounds in a row for Bonk. They're not going to go down without a fight, and Boastees, despite some very excellent attack rounds, now struggling just a little bit on the cash for the first time. No, actually, 7,200 for Dinks. He can buy whatever. Never mind.
Yeah, he would be able to afford that. But benefit to Bonk is Aaron, a great anchor in that round, finds 3 kills, just kind of hanging out on the site. That's sort of what a lot of ciphers see in this tournament seem to be really good at. And Aaron, coming alive now, is going to help his team keep their tournament chances alive, as Boaster is going to be pushing up narrowly. Doesn't see him there, but walks on top of the poison bite there. Not going to be able to push all the way in onto it. Snake bite's going to be deterring him from now. That did get buffed, and that's not a thing you want to be walking in onto. While Doma has a little bit of ordnance that he can throw out here, try and just flush them away from this heaven angle, while Boastees and the rest of the gang going on to that B-bomb site. 2 people there. They can secure the site and get a plant off, but it cost them 2 members on the other end of the map. Bonk, 5-3 advantage, but after the bomb goes down.
Yeah, and Bonk are very, very consistent at winning when they have the man advantage. However, Dinks and the Cypher ultimate could change that up quite a bit. Raze is over here first. Viper will be in B Heaven in just a moment. They do still have the numbers advantage, but not anymore. 3v3 for Boastees. And Bonk trying to figure out the best attack angle here. I hate it when they all 3 go the same route, so I'm happy to see Raze in CT. They try to get a crossfire set up here. They know exactly where Dinks and the Sage player are. Yassine gets a headshot to start him off. Mo40 sort of surrounded here, right next to the spike. Safe gets another op kill, and Yassine with the triple keeps Bonk alive once more. They're cleaning up their act here. Good retake by Team Bonk.
Are we going to see the repeat of just a comeback story on a split? Bonk looking to make it happen. It's now 9-11. Bonk still with a little bit of a hill to climb in front of them, as Boastees are slowly starting to now start draining out their eco. They still have a couple members with high money, so they can afford maybe this round. But now you're seeing them almost zeroing out across the board, and Bonk are the ones who are going to have eco in the tank. So this is a good position to be in if you are Bonk. Even if you lose this round, you're most likely going to have a full buy in the next one. And with only 2 rounds left to go, you're going to need to make every dollar count. So for now, Boastees huddling around this mid lane, and official Boaster going to be trying to peek his way onto the B site. It's interesting to see both of these teams use the toxic screen in different, or excuse me, to see Bonk change the way he uses his toxic screen onto the different sides, kind of shifting his position, giving a little bit more attention to mid lane with it now, while the rest of Boastees are trying to move their way on it up. There's nobody who's checking on them, but in the time it takes for Boastees to figure that out, we'll see if Bonk can find advantage.
They are taking it slow and steady this time, for sure. And actually, I thought they were doing a lot better when they were more aggressive, to be honest. The last few rounds have gone Bonk's way because this more timid approach. But Dinks, with the headshot, takes down that op player on the ramp. That is a massive gain for them. Moving through the Cypher trips and traps now. You can see the spooky Cypher silhouettes there. He's up in B Heaven. But official Boaster still holding an op, holding that ramp. Cypher is right in front of him. I'm not sure if he realizes it, but the spike plant will be going down. Suddenly, Boastees with the man advantage, holding the site from multiple angles. You got multiple people in CT trying to push through. Let's see, as they blast down the Sage Wall, this firefight will explode in just a moment.
Right, Yassine has ultimate, and so does the Breach, throwing both of them down there. Aaron's gonna find Doma, Aaron's gonna find official Boaster. Mystic finally showing himself from the ropes room, but gets gunned down. And that with that last shot, Bonker going to be clutching up for his team. What a play from Bonk to be able to make that one work. They're gonna give the time to go grab all the guns that you desire before defusing. Bonker going to be trying to get back up to his ultimate in time. 11-10. We talked about, you were just mentioning, Boastees a little bit better on the offense, but now that they've been kind of chin-checked by Team Bonk, they kind of seem to be suffering a little bit, or maybe feeling a lack of confidence going forward. They're going to need to refine it, but without the money to do so, they might be forced to save this one and just put it all on the line next round for a gun buy.
Yeah, it was 11-6 not too long ago, and Team Bonk now showing us what they've shown many times before. I said it even at the beginning of this game. any of these teams are capable of winning 5 rounds in a row. You can't count out any of them, especially after the finals that we saw yesterday with Zypan Go Kill turning around a 2-10 into a 13-11 victory. So if they can do it, anyone else in this tournament can. Lots of skill parity we've seen, even Opportunists. All the way back in the round of 64, Opportunists are a great squad to keep your eye on, and it's unlucky for them, perhaps, to meet Bonk so early in these qualifiers because we don't get to see them as much, but lots of other teams, I'm sure, in the qualifier, any given Sunday can put together a good performance, but 11-10, we're still in a pause right now. I'm not 100% sure what the issue is, but yesterday we didn't have too much issue with this following Team Bonk and Project SW, so hopefully it will only be a moment. Thanks again while we have this downtime. Thanks everybody for coming and hanging out with us. The other semifinal is actually going on now as well. I saw Team BBL is actually ahead in their matchup 5-3 on Ascent. So that one is in progress as well. I'm thinking that both caster duos will probably head into the finals so that we can present it for everyone. But 11-10 is your scoreline. Looks like everybody's moving around to me, so I think we should get back into the action any second here. Pause off.
It's going to be started up here. This is the curse of online environments, but going to be... Oh, we're right back
pause
on
off.
the pause.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
I think both of them tried to unpause at the same time and just ended up flicking the switch back in the other direction, but either way, we're going to be started off here. Hopefully, with that pause, if you're Boastees, you took that time to take a breather, deep breaths, recover, and hopefully recompose, because staring down the barrel of a 4-loss streak into this round, and you're so close, you're 2 rounds away from moving on, but Bonk not looking to let that one happen. Smoke's in the mid lane. We've seen this movie a couple times before as they're trying to probe up, but this time Z's is actually in a very aggressive spot. We'll see if he's found out here. That's going to be the ultimate thrown down. Showstopper is not going to stop Z's show as he's going to find 2 kills there. Beautiful trigger discipline to let them all through. I thought it was going to be risky, but safe, showing that every one of the Bonk members are ready. They're going to find it a 3-2 advantage while Official Boasters slowly gliding on into the site there. Much less gracefully, but still followed by Cypher with that bomb. They should be able to get the plant off, and Team Bonk should be able to regroup to find a retake.
Right now, that Jet Ultimate is a super weapon for them, but not committing to the B site despite being able to stand there. Viper actually looped all the way through the attacker spawn, so it's actually a good thing, I think, that they decided to head back over to A, but the Cypher camera checks Jet at the door. Now with only 30 seconds left, I don't think they're going to be able to switch directions again back to B. However, the knife headshot gives them the opportunity to try to take A. Suddenly it's Jet on his own as Dinks goes down. It's a 2v1 situation, safe, though, with the op, time and time again. Cleans it up, 11-11. That's another Bonk victory in a row. 5 now. Successful defense on split here. So we are actually inching toward a potential overtime situation unless, Bonk just keep it going for 2 more rounds.
Aaron, with that kill, completely decimated the round. The bomb got stuck up on the Heaven window, and with no updraft on Official Boaster, he wasn't able to get back up there and get it, so he was forced into the awkward angle, allowing Safe to find that final frag. And speaking of Safe, repeat performance, throwing down this ultimate to hold down the mid control. Such a commanding ultimate of this zone. Might make Boastees think twice about how far up they're going to be able to push. You never know where Viper's going to be playing, and then when you layer that with the poison bites and all the other abilities that Viper can just throw out the control from that ulti position, daunting task for Boastees to be able to try and push into that one. And it looks like they are pivoting over to the mid or to the A site for now. There's a little bit of Cypher traps and 3 members that they're gonna have to push through. Is Safe gonna find Official Boaster out to start the round.
Good kill for the defenders, already in an upper hand situation. 5 victories in a row. another kill to get started, as they are really just shooting at nothing right now. They're just trying to zone each other out, figure out locations. Obviously, audio cues, super important in that situation where there's just smoke and visibility blockers across the way. But Sage still holding the spike. We did see Cypher back up just a little bit, but I thought they might circle back through sewer. Now I do see Sage getting out of town as well. Dome is going to stick around just to ensure that no one comes down the ramp or through that choke to follow them. But Sage, slow and steady, working the way back. There's no time, though. It's over. Like, this round is done.
Yeah, and this was just sort of a recognition from Boastees that you didn't act fast enough. And if they were to all in on this 4v5 and lose, no guns for the next round. Could Boastees have easily tried to send the challenge anyway? Yes. But the amount of utility, I think, was what intimidated them. All of the Cypher tripwires were still up. They had Cypher cam up. They had all of Breach's utility still to worry about. It really just got neutralized before it came off, and Boastees not going to be risking it all on a 30-second play. They're going to say, all right, just save our eco. We have one final round that we have to win if we want to bring it to overtime. But that's benefit Bonk, as they're just able to hold their ground. 12-11. Bonk have one final moment to try and pull this one out. They've come so far. Now official poster dashing on the site will get found out by Yassine. Bonker's gonna find another one. That's a dastardly position for Team Bonk, but they will be able to pull that off. Mo40's gonna get the res down now. Mystic looking for a mystical miracle as he's trying to find his way forward there. Z's not gonna be the one hunting him. It's gonna be a 4-for-4 after the Sage ulti is popped. Mystic can use his ult to get a little bit more information on the B-bomb site. Will he complete it? Yes, he will. Trying to buy some information there, hunting down the camera. Does he know that Safe is there lurking for him? The rest of the team is rotating to B, but Team Bonk seem ready.
This is extremely interesting. The Omen going over to B site, but then losing his life before the team can actually get there through garage. Safe with the op is a monster, so I would expect him to maybe secure another kill, but the Boombot dodged expertly. Bonk up 4-3 after the Sage res was used, so still that upper hand, and the defenders are all over B site now. This is going to be a bloodbath. Safe another op kill close range.
Yeah, that's going to be Safe finding that one, and now Team Bonk 3-2, but low HP on a couple members. Aaron says he doesn't mind. Safe with the triple. That's the round. That's the game. Team Bonk gonna get 7 consecutive, was it 7 consecutive rounds, or at least coming back from a 6-round deficit at the half, pulling all the way into their win here today. Team Bonk not going quietly into that night. They hold on, and good stuff to Boastees, pushing them to the limits, but that's going to be in the end. Team Bonk moving on to the finals.
Could not ask
for... no, excuse me, semifinals.
Wait, no, that's finals time, aren't we?
Oh, that is?
Yeah, it's finals time.
Losing it on how long we've been going. We've been following Bonk every step of the way, and with how many matches that they've gone through, I'm starting to not remember how many times we see the dominant performance from Bonk. And this one, while it did come very close and pushed everything on the line, the Bonk snowball just is too hard for many teams to really stop once it gets rolling.